welcome back to my channel. How's everybody doing today? I hope everyone's doing good and staying healthy. If you're new here, hi, my name is Genesis and I like to film videos about postpartum depression, postpartum anxiety, personal experiences that I've gone through in my life, projects that I like to do, and a lot of different other stuff. So if you're interested, make sure to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for everything that's to come. Today's video, I'm going to talk about my previous work history to the job that I have now. I wanted to share with you guys how I literally started off in the food industry and I ended up in an office job. To me, it's important to talk about this because I felt like when I was once looking for an office job, it was so hard and I didn't have nothing on my resume. So I couldn't get hired in an office job. They didn't want to work with me, you know? So I just figured I would share this, something fun and different, so that you guys could get to know me a little bit better. So let's get started. So I started working when I was 16. I started working at a restaurant with my mom. I was a hostess and not a server, just a hostess. 16. I was hosting. Then I worked there for a few months. Then when I got out of high school senior year, I got a job at Taco Station. And I was working there. Then at the same time that I was working there, they were building this restaurant at the corner of where I lived. So me and my best friend went and applied while they were building it. He hired us on the spot. I started working there. I was working there for a while too, and I had two jobs. I would work at Taco Station, I would get off and I would come to over here. Then I would go from there and there, like it was just back and forth. I was getting that money and that's when I was living that good life, and then boom, I got pregnant. But I wanted to talk about that job that I had that was across the street from my house, because this ninja fired me when I was pregnant. I have always had horrible morning sickness with all my children now that I look back. He fired me because I was eating a hot Cheeto puff in the back hiding, which I was trying to see if it could help my nausea. So I got fired. He told me not to go home. Then I find out I'm fired through my best friend hitting me up saying, Travis don't want you to come back. I got fired. I said, okay, whatever. I stayed at Taco Station. Then I quit that job. Then I went through the ugly phase in my life, through my domestic violence thing. Once I was in a domestic violence relationship, when I left with him, I worked at a Denny's. I worked at a Denny's for like a week. I had to quit because of his controlling self. I quit Denny's, then I didn't work at all. And then when I would leave him and come back to my mom's house, I would get jobs like this girl. I would do warehouse work. I worked at warehouses. I worked at the Toys R Us warehouse. I got hired within a month. I worked at Gar Labs in Riverside. You already know what's up. Everybody works there. And I worked interruption. So yeah, I worked at Gar Labs. Then I was working there just putting lids on stuff, and then they come and they grab me and tell me I was working fast, that if I could go work inside where they make the actual shampoos, perfumes, and all that stuff. And all the señoras were hating. I will never forget that. All the señoras were pissed. Blah blah blah. They were all talking crap. They were all a bunch of haters. And I worked there for a while and it was not going good because my mental state was not good at all. I was dealing with this abusive man from miles away. Constant abuse through the phone, constant abuse. I just didn't give it my all, and I ended up quitting to go to Bakersfield. Like, I just got up and left one day. That's how crazy and messed up I was in my head. We got up, I left to Bakersfield. Then when I came back, when I decided to leave, that's when I left him, and then that's when I got hired at Toys R Us. They hired me, and obviously they pay you more. But girl, I was busting my little butt. I would wake up at 4 o'clock. I would leave at 4:30. I would get there at 5. I would not get out till 5 p.m. Oh, my little Ella was so little. I hated this. And at the time, you couldn't take your phone in there. So I remember oh girl, dude, this is what I'm saying. I've been through it all. I remember having to clock in, and thank the Lord Jesus that I was able to leave her with my mom. You know, my mom helped me so much, but Dude, I remember I would go in there and not get out till 5. I could not talk to my child. I could not hear from her. I missed so much, and I beat myself up over that so much. But I did what I had to do to provide for her and make sure that me and her were okay and never to go the F back. And I did it. Look where I'm at now. So then I was at Toys R Us. So then me and David got back together at that time, and I was like, you know what? This is just not gonna work for me. Like, I don't see my kid. I can't see my boo. I gotta make more money. Like, I don't like this. I don't like warehouse jobs anymore. So I went on OfferUp. I found a post about they were looking for servers. I was like, okay, I worked at Denny's for like a week. Let me give it a try. You know, like, let me give it a try. I remember my mom was a bartender and a server, so I was like, this lady used to make bank, so I want to make bank like her too. And when I was working at Toys R Us, I even went and I got my little carrito, my first car from a Mexican dealership, and I was whipping. I was doing big things, okay? I was able to throw Ella one of her birthday parties. Like, dude, I was focused. I was doing so good. So then I go and apply for the freaking server job. They're building the restaurant. You already know what it is. The Lux in Ontario. They hired me on the spot. Girl, that same day I quit Toys R Us. I said, bye. No more exhausting hours, not seeing my baby and hurting my back. None of that. So I quit. I went to a server job. I was making bank. The good thing about it is that the owners turned to be my really good friends. They're really good friends of me now. I love them. They when I had my wedding, they let me go there and eat there with just a little bit of friends that came to my wedding. I learned a lot. I made a lot of good friends there that I keep close to my heart. I'm still friends with some of them there. So I was serving, I was having my relationship. Me and David decided to go and try to have my second child. So when that happened, that we had our second child, when she was like around 1 or 2, I like to move up in life. I know I don't got no career, but I don't like getting stuck. I always tell this to my daughters too. You always gotta want and look for better. You got it good right now, look for better. You have it really good, build your way up to get better, move up, do more, you know? So I was like, okay, it's time. I gotta get a real job. I gotta get benefits. I gotta make I gotta have a set schedule. I gotta do it. Shout out to my girl Nicole. She worked at Target. So from serving, I went to Target. I did the 3 interviews in one day. Got hired on the spot. If you guys already know me, you guys already know I find jobs so easily, and it's all because of him. I pray before I go, and I tell him to help me understand if I don't get this job, it's because you don't want me to get it. But I was getting them like this. Every time I wanted to move to a different thing, I was getting them. So I went to Target. While I was at Target, I was the red card queen. All of the managers loved me because I would get red cards like if it was nothing. I would literally get 10 red cards per shift, okay? If you work at Target, you know what red cards are. If you don't work there, you know it's those credit cards that you apply for. Well, Target team members get pressured and bothered that you gotta get red cards. They would make me walk around Target to get people to come apply for red cards. And I would hate that. I would hate it. Then when I was working there, they started building the beauty department. They were talking about it. Everybody knew that I was into makeup and stuff. So they started building it, and everyone was like, you should apply, you should apply. I asked to get transferred, and at first they didn't want to let me go because of all the red cards that I was getting. So finally they gave me the position. You could go work in the beauty department. So then I started working at the beauty department. Then when I got to the beauty department, it was no mother effing beauty department. It was beauty department plus you gotta restock cat shit and cat food and dog food, and you gotta go help with the other side of the store. I was done. Then I started getting irritated, and I was like, you know what? This is not for me. I'm not gonna work here. People were really rude and disrespectful, and I've learned that that's just me and you, and disrespect is just not gonna go. And it's okay. I think that's why it's important to like, you know, give your options and have your options open, because you get to know yourself. So I got to know that I'm a good person. I have a great personality, but I'm not okay with disrespect. and I'm not okay with misleading information that you tell me so that I could get work done for you for your benefit. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna do this. I need an office job. I want an office job now. I applied everywhere. I kept putting applications in on Indeed, on everything. I would go to a bunch of interviews. No one would hire me. They would ask me my experience in office work. I had zero. So everything was fine, and then they would just tell me, you know what, you don't meet the requirements. Like, you don't have enough qualification for me to give you the job. Oh my God, I went through it because I wanted to get out of Target so bad. Like, my hours were there, 40 hours or plus a week, but my schedule was so off. I would go to work from 12 to 8 Saturday and Sunday, or sometimes I would go to work from like, 6 to closing time. And I was not being home with my kids, and I hated that crap. And I was like, okay. So I kept applying. Then here comes the Lord stepping in and letting me know he got my back no matter what. Around Christmas, December of 2017, I think, I'm not sure, 2017, 2018, I'm not sure, but it was in the December. I was looking because I got tired of that holiday season crap at Target. No. So I applied for Lexus of Riverside. I applied and I was like, oh, they're not gonna hire me because I don't got no experience. I've never done none of this. Girl, they called me the next day. Trust and believe, I didn't go to my shift at Target to go to that interview. I went to that interview. 2 days later, they call me and tell me you're hired. They knew I had no experience, that I was coming from Target and I wanted to leave because they didn't have stability. I got the job. Ooh, I was so happy. But here comes the devil. Lexus was probably the worst place that I could have ever worked at. I went through hell. Like, it's like if I set my foot in that place and the devil just came in. I opened the door to the devil, to my life. I went through hell when I tell you I went to work there. If I could go back, the only good thing that came out of there is to get me to the job where I'm at now. If I would have known you're going to set foot in this place and this is going to happen to your life, trust me, I would not have gone there. I would not. It got to the point, dude, like, now that I look back at that time in my life, it was so disturbing as well, because this is the time where, and it's not because I let it get to my head. To me, working at Lexus didn't mean shit, but it was funny to me how people would be like, oh, you work for Lexus of Riverside, can I get a discount? Oh, you work for Lexus, you're so high-end, high maintenance. No, that don't mean shit, bitch. I get paid a minimum wage. So don't come for me and try to make it seem like, oh my God, you're cool because you're my friend because I work for Lexus of Riverside. They treat you like trash there, okay? And come for me, I don't care. You treat your employees like trash. And if we ask for a raise, you make it the end of the world. I was doing the car loan department and the call center thing where you would set appointments. Then there I realized this is not for me either. This is not, it's just, I gotta go because of what I went through in my life at the time. So then my homegirl, my best friend, like my super best friend, she got me a job at a body shop. So I went to the body shop and I became the legit office assistant. So this is where the pressure came in. Like, dude, they paid me more at that little tiny body shop where they did nothing but bumpers than Lexus of Riverside paid me, okay? And then I wanted to also say that sometimes you gotta take risks to get to where you want to go. So they paid me a good amount. I went there, I worked there, and then still there, I was uncomfortable. It was nothing but guys. My boss was a little moody. I loved him, but he was just moody, and like sometimes he would have like mood swings. So I was like, this is not for me either. Then the hours started getting bad, and I was like, okay, where's my stability? This is not stability. This is why I started switching around and looking for better jobs. So then finally, I do the same thing. I go to Indeed, I go to Craigslist, everywhere. I start sending my resume everywhere. Then my current boss now, she hits me up and she asks me to come in for an interview. I left the shop job. I was like, I gotta go. I can't be here today. I went to that interview. A few days later, I got hired. In the beginning, I took a pay cut at the job where I'm at now. I took a pay cut because I just wanted to get out of that shop. Like, I didn't want to do it anymore. Like, it just wasn't working for me. I took a pay cut. I'm not kidding you. 2 months later, we got a raise. The whole company got a raise. And not just $1, girl. A $4 raise. Okay, so you're not gonna come and tell me that God didn't bless me and give me that job now. And they have been so wonderful and so beautiful to me and so like understanding of everything that I've been going through with this depression and my kids and everything. Dude, when I tell you this job is from my Lord, it is. Everything that I've gone through, that I pray and I just tell God to please, like, if this is my job, let me keep it and please help me still be there. Everything has worked out and that's still my job. So I just wanted to tell you guys that if right now you're washing dishes, right now you're freaking serving McDonald's right now, which every job is a job, girl, at least you got a job. But right now you're working somewhere where you hate it and you just don't like it, please do me a favor and try to move up. Don't get stuck there. There's so many jobs out there, so many jobs, but trust me, let me tell you, it's going to take you years to get it and a lot of hard work and a lot of patience. Because now I have the job that I always wanted to work in an office. I always wanted to have a desk. I always wanted to have like my own space. I always wanted to have my computer. I always wanted to decorate, and I got it. And it took me a long time, but I got it. I really got it. And just don't lose your faith. Before you walk into an always sorry, I cut off, my husband was calling me. So yeah, when you're gonna walk into an interview, always go in with a positive mindset. Do not go in there and be like, oh, I'm not gonna get the job. Oh, I might not get it. Speak to them like that's your job. Speak to them like that's your boss. Speak to them with confidence. Don't be in there all shy and like, oh, I'm scared. Let go of that. Pray before you walk up in there and tell God, you know what? If this is for me, if this job you have brought me here and this is for me, let me understand it's for me. And if it's not, please make my emotions accept that it's not, that you have something better for me. And also, I wanted to share my eye. I know you guys see that. I know my eye's gonna be messed up in this video. I look cute and everything, but my eyelid is down. It's because I got I don't know what it is, like an infection or I don't know what, but my irritation on my eye has like the eye infection that I get already, it's spread out now to like my eyelid area up here. And I know I need to go to the doctors, but I'm not gonna go right now with all these kids, and I'm not gonna go in there because just no, we can do a phone interview thing, but I'm just not going there. But I just thought I'd let you guys know because I was re-watching the videos and my eye looked like this, girl. But I'm trying. That's why I keep touching my eyelash. But yeah, be confident when you go in there. Also, when you shake hands, do not shake your hand like this. Do not shake your hand like this. You better get a grip on that and one firm handshake. I have been told a lot of times in a lot of my interviews, wow, that's a really good handshake. Wow, no one's ever shook my hand like that. And then they call me for a second interview. Okay, but yeah, that's it. I just want to show you guys my successful stories in trying to find a job and getting to where I'm at now. And I'm not gonna say I'm giving you tips and tricks. I'm just sharing my journey to get to where I'm at. Remain positive, stay praying, and once you get the job you want, take care of it. And yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It was just a little chit chat time, sharing personal experiences like I said. If you liked it, please make sure to give me a thumbs up. For you new people here, when I reach 100 subscribers, I'm going to do a giveaway. Thank you so much for watching. Have a beautiful rest of your day and stay blessed. Bye bye.